Time now for Tech Talk, brought to you by Reality Bytes, downtown Drumheller. John Schaff is here. John, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, we're talking about Facebook this morning. Facebook, well, it's always in the news, but this week especially because there's been a lot of talk about trying to cut out fake news sites on Facebook, which is a big challenge for the social media network.
Both Facebook and Google are having a big challenge with this. So Google actually, interesting little stat, but their search results, the number one search result on Google had fake election results with showing Trump being the popular vote, taking the lead in the popular vote. So even though there was secondary results, that was the number one result on the homepage of Google if you were searching for election results. So they're also having issues with these fake news sites.
And there is a lot of fake news stories out there, and you really have to pay attention to the internet addresses when you share a story. And sometimes you can share some old stories too, but one of the first things I look at, if I see a headline that's somewhat outrageous or a little bit far-fetched, the first thing I look at is, does it come from a legitimate news source? Like, Drum FM, for example, or CTV, or NBC, or CNN, or whatever. That's the first thing I normally look at.
Yeah, definitely look at the URL. Check the date, too, because a lot of the fake news stories are 3-year-old news clips that kind of get rehashed.
Yeah, there a little while ago, CBC had an issue where there was a blizzard warning that was going to hit southern Alberta, and it was actually a really old story from 3 years ago.
Yeah, and they had the photo of the Highway 2 or whatever. Yeah, so that's a few pointers. Facebook's trying to combat it by having related news stories. So if you see someone shares a news story, you'll see below it there'll be a few others, and often you'll see the Snopes article that's disputing or proving it false. So that's another way to prevent it. And I actually came across a really nice little plugin for the Chrome browser. So if you're a user of Chrome, which I think is the majority of us out there now, you can install this free little Chrome browser add-on called BS Detector. And what it does is, if it detects a fake news site, it puts some banner ads up on the site. They're like a red banner that just says this article is from a inaccurate or fake news source. So it's handy if you have, maybe that uncle that tends to share things a lot. You could help him out by putting this on his
Uncle Mike.
Yeah, put it on his browser, and then might help out with identifying those.
But unless Facebook takes out the whole comment section, I mean, anybody can share anything, really. As far as a link goes, and sometimes it goes viral, sometimes it does not go viral.
And a lot of this has to do with money. So what was interesting was a fairly viral news story that goes on for a few weeks. That will generate between $10,000 and $40,000 of revenue in clickbait revenue for the site. Yeah,
and then they can sell advertising on there.
So that's where they're putting banner ads on the fake news site, and then they generate 1 million to 3 million hits worth of traffic, and that translates to about anywhere from $10,000 to $40,000 in revenue for the people running these sites. So it's obviously a big moneymaker for people, so that's why you see it happening much more often. So,
moral of the story, just watch that URL and you'll be fine. John, thanks so much for stopping in here this morning.
Yes. Yeah.
Tech Talk brought to you by Reality Bytes, downtown Drumheller.